Hey everyone, it's Michael Dorsey again. I just wanted to jump on real quickly and just talk about what we have going on in the world today, and it just seems like there's always a never-ending cycle of something coming at us. Right? There's a lot of negative things that do happen. So what are we doing to protect ourselves intellectually, mentally, protect our attitudes? Because attitudes will determine our altitude. We've heard these things, but it's so true. It really is so true. There's so many negative things out there, and you just can't allow it to impact you. You got to be strong. You got to keep fighting through it so you can, achieve the things that you want to achieve. One of the things that I've always wanted and really, really focused on was learning from people that have had and had created success because they actually accomplished it themselves. And that is in the business world. So somebody that's built a business. I like to follow somebody that has done it rather than somebody who's studied it and then refurbish the words and spit it back out, right? That's one thing that always drove me nuts. I wanted to learn from somebody that does. I'd rather, watch a leader than listen to one any day of the week. And so that's why you're here. I mean, I've done it. Okay. I'm not a big fan of patting myself on the back or anything like that. And by all means, there's many people that are a lot more successful, but I've accelerated way beyond the masses in terms of, from a financial standpoint, from a time freedom standpoint, those types of things. So I'm very proud of that because of my dad. I have a great dad. He was an amazing man, taught me a lot. But real quickly, one of the things that I learned, another thing that I've learned a lot of different things, and I'm sharing these things with you, but is to be consistently positive. There's 4 things that you can do to be consistently positive that you have to do it on purpose, okay? And the reason why is because of the stuff that we deal with on a regular basis throughout the world on the news. I always say that CNN stands for constantly negative news. But those are little things that make a big difference. A lot of people go to sleep watching these news channels, and it's like, why would you do that? Because you're going to wake up in a bad mood and wonder how and why you're in that bad mood. And it's like, man, don't pollute your brain, man. Just make sure that you protect and you combat that with some positive stuff. So everything requires balance. I mean, that's the way I look at things in life. But number one, of the 4 things 4 things you can do to stay consistently positive, I think is really kind of maybe the best way of putting it. Number one is to actually get really serious about your success. Now, you can say you are, but to have a plan in place, knowing what it is that you want, knowing why you want it, taking that massive action, and then believing, having the faith that it's going to happen by putting the work in, because that's what it comes down to. There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. Anybody that tells you there's a shortcut or they have a secret and all this stuff, it's bogus. Don't listen to it. It requires work. Anything worthwhile requires work. I mean, anybody worth their salt, massive success, they busted their butts to get where they are. And that's what's required, but you got to have the right attitude to do it, right? So you want to be positive. So be serious about your success and don't be casual about your success. Okay, so just don't be casual about it. Don't treat it like a hobby because it's going to end up paying you like a hobby. You're going to have a hobby life, a life that's mediocre. Okay, don't do that. Just let's push on. Let's push forward. Let's push through. Let's be positive. Let's be happy. Let's find that balance. So we are creating that happiness and really living our life, the life that we want to live, living life on our own terms. The second part of that is to start a personal development plan and a professional development plan. These are things that are really, really important. I started reading really young. One of the first books my dad gave me was The Greatest Miracle, by Og Mandino. And it was one of the books that really just had a huge impact on me. And there's so many other books that I've read over the years. I've read, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, maybe over 1,000 books. I have no idea, but I've read so many of them that have really kind of implanted and really stuck with me. I mean, I'm introverted by nature, but some of these books have helped me become an extrovert, and really helped me accelerate my career. So just know that when you read, leaders read. Leaders are readers. We work from lists. We work our way through it. And when you read a book, highlight it, post-it note it, just ingest it. When you're reading a really good book. And it's important to stay focused on those things. So start a personal development plan. Number 3 is get around winners. Who you surround yourself with, your inner circle, be very protective. Because the people you're around, that's who you're going to become. It's really important that you and I protect who we are and who we're around. So take inventory. Here's how you take inventory. Just go sit privately somewhere by yourself without anybody else around. The house is empty, apartment's empty, whatever the case is. Go to your car, whatever you have to do, but be by yourself and write down a list of people that you are around the most. And ask yourself, who am I around? What are they doing to me? Or really, who am I becoming by being around these people? Okay. And number 3, the most important question is it okay? Is it okay that I'm hanging out with this individual? And you're going to do that for each individual. And you have 3 choices of whether or not you want to continue working with these people if they're going to stay in your inner circle. And your inner circle is going to be small. I mean, it's just that simple because there's only a few people you can really count on in life that are going to have your back. They're going to build your dream. They're not going to talk behind your back. They're not going to tear you down or try to hold you back. You want to get away from those people. You want to be around dream builders, people that aren't trying to steal your dream, not the dream stealers, right? So the 3 things that you can do to help you in these situations is really, number 1, you can actually disassociate from that person. Just cut them out of your life. Sometimes, it sounds harsh, but just cut them out of your life. It's important to get around the right people. Sometimes you just have to you got to move on. It's time to go, right? Number 2, limit your association with them. Instead of spending, 10 hours a week with them, maybe cut it down to 5 hours a week, and then eventually maybe a couple hours a week. But make sure that you move forward, because the second you decide to become successful, the people you think would support you are the ones that are actually, maybe even on a subconscious level, not purposely doing it, but they're the ones who are going to actually try to hold you back because they don't want you to leave them behind, because they're too afraid to break through their comfort zone and go beyond the fear. Because all of your dreams and goals and wishes in life are on the other side of your fear. It's just that simple, okay? So therefore, the last thing that you can do is what I talked about previously, is start that personal development plan. Expand your associations. So you can disassociate, you can limit the association, and then you can expand your associations by getting around the right people, even if it's through a book, a podcast, a video series, a seminar, and earn your way into somebody else's inner circle so you raise your bar. You don't see billionaires hanging out with millionaires. You don't see millionaires hanging out with thousandaires, or thousandaires hanging out with hundredaires. Okay, that's my point, is that you just want to be around people that allow you to lift yourself, but make sure you can bring value to them too by reading the right books, listening to the right tapes, getting around the right people, accelerating your business. It's, and accelerating your life. Just become more. If you want more, you have to become more. That's from Jim Rohn, one of my favorite people of all time, one of the greatest business philosophers ever. You hear Darren Hardy talk about him from Success Magazine. And Darren's got so many books now. He's got a great series. I absolutely, highly encourage you to follow him as well. There's so many great people, but get the information and apply it. It's so important, is the application of it. That's what's helped me, make over $10 million from home. It's something that in my career, most people don't even make $1 million. But am I the most successful person in the world? No, but I am in my life. To me, because I live a life that most people only dream about. I have the time freedom to do what I want to do. I've got a beautiful family. I love my family to death. I have beautiful friends and people that I just love to be around, and I associate with winners, and it's just a great time to be able to be around people that lift you up and build you up, and that you're able to pour into and they pour into you. It's a huge thing. So make sure you're doing these types of things that allow you to do that. And then number 4 is to take action. Action defeats fear. It's just that simple. Take action. Go beyond the fear, because when you start doing something, you start getting better at it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So hopefully you get a little bit of value out of this video. Less than 10 minutes. I appreciate you guys. My name is Michael Dorsey here in Atlanta, Georgia. We look forward to talking to you and seeing you down the road. Feel free to give me a call, reach out. I'm here to help, whatever I can do, okay? Make it a great day.